What in the Velcro curler is going on with my hair? Oof. So today we're going to be testing out some new affordable drugstore makeup. I picked up the new Milani Conceal+Perfect Blur Out Smoothing Primer, also the new Ulta Beauty Matte Powder Foundation. I also have some new products from Essence, so in case you're interested, then keep on watching. Hey guys, it's Kat and welcome to my channel. You guys, the USPS guy just arrived with my new Milani Conceal+Perfect Blur Out Smoothing Primer. I get in some old habits. When I find a primer that I absolutely love, I stick with it. If you have been a part of my channel for a while now, you know I love very affordable primers. The Wet n Wild Prime Focus Primer Serum, the one that refines the pores. This one, running low. And then I also love the L'Oreal Pore Minimizer. You're probably sick of seeing that on my face. But when Milani came out with this new primer, you know I couldn't wait to test it out on our mature skin. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, you guys, I don't know what's going on with my hair, but I tried using those heatless Velcro curlers. Brought back 1976 memories of when my mom used to put rollers in my hair. Did your mom ever used to do that? You guys, I'm so excited about this primer because, like I said, I always stick with a primer that I love, but this one sounded so intriguing, so good, and right up our alley for mature skin. Let's go ahead and read the facts up on this new primer from Milani. Now, I do love a lot of Milani products, and hopefully this will be one of them. This retails for $15.99. I know, a little pricey, but you get a pretty fair amount. Now, the Milani Conceal+Perfect Blur Out Smoothing Primer grips makeup, blurs pores and lines, and helps moisturizing skin with nourishing actives. So if it has a little bit of skincare, I'm all for it. Now, there's moisture locking micro powders, creates a soft focus filter that instantly blurs pores and fine lines. It features a 3D hydrating complex for moisture retention, smoothing, and softening, refreshingly cooling whipped souffle-like formula creates a unique sensorial experience. There's that word again, sensorial. Custom packaging with built-in applicator for a mess-free experience. It contains hyaluronic acid, 5% glycerin, which we all know glycerin is fantastic for your skin and provides rich moisturization. Also, 3% niacinamide helps to brighten, support the skin's natural barrier, and defend against blue light. It's vegan and cruelty-free, and it's made in Korea. Holy smokes, I'm so excited. Okay, 100% agree, skin felt instantly smoother with a soft blurred finish and hydrated all day. 97% agree the look of pores and uneven texture was immediately minimized. And then 91% agree the primer gripped makeup all day long and extended wear. I want to try out the new Ulta Beauty Adjustable Coverage Powder Foundation. I'm just not sure if it will mesh well with this new primer. It sounds really promising. Now, I've never tried this, and usually I like to test out a product for several days before I recommend it, but heck, I love first impressions. So, doesn't really smell, but this is what it looks like. It's definitely a whipped souffle-like texture, and let's see what it feels like. Oh, wow. This is what it looks like, and it does feel, oh, I grabbed way too much, but it does feel very silicone-y. However, the first ingredient is water, I believe. Yeah, water's the first ingredient. Glycerin, dimethicone, which is also silicone, so it's gonna give you that really silicone-y smooth look. So let's go ahead and apply it. I'm gonna apply it to, wow, this is, I love first impressions. This feels really cooling. They weren't lying. And I wonder if this is gonna give the e.l.f. Stay Cool Primer Stick a run for its money. I didn't care for that primer all over the face, but I do love it using it under my eyes. This is very smooth, a really nice texture. When they said sensorial, they weren't kidding. It's different. It's not like the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Translucent Blurred Powder. I love that as a primer too, but that is super pricey. Now, if you're new to my channel, I am 57 years old. I do have normal to dry skin, hyperpigmentation, redness, fine lines, and the whole kit and caboodle, and cat hair. So I'm gonna turn down my lights to 20% so we can see if this is really blurring. Now, I do have pores, I do have texture, we all do, but if we need a little help from our friends, like a new primer, yes, I'm excited. So, okay, I see a little bit of blurring right through here, but this is one side with the primer, and this is the left side without. If you put a lot on there, you can totally see it blur instantly, but I don't know, I'm afraid to add too much. This does feel very cooling. And then a little bit on my forehead. Just to experiment here. I don't know if I can, I don't know if it's safe, but I'm gonna apply a tiny bit under the eye, tap that in, and then on this side, just for fun, just to experiment, I'm gonna use my typical e.l.f. Stay Cool primer stick. I've been loving this for the under the eye area to really smooth it out. Totally different types of primers. I know this is a stick, but we'll see which looks better under the eye by the end of the day. I picked up the new Ulta Beauty Adjustable Coverage Foundation. And now this is a powder foundation that can be used either wet or dry. I picked up the shade Light Warm, and this comes in 20 shades, and I believe it retails for $15, but I'll be sure to put all the products and links down below in the description box. Now, if you do click on those links, it does help out my channel a little bit, but if you don't, that is cool too. I tried this out earlier this week. You know, in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where they were in the Chicago Museum of Art, and he's looking at that portrait. I think it's by Monet. I could be wrong. Somebody help me down in the comment section. And he stares at it. Camera goes in closer and closer and closer, and you can see every bit of texture, the lines, the texture of the canvas, the texture of the paint. That's what it looked like on my face. Now that the primer has settled into my complexion, I'm ready to apply concealer. When you're applying a powder foundation, you first want to apply concealer because when applying it on top of the powder foundation, it could get a little messy. So I'm just going to go in with my usual favorite, the Slip Tint Concealer from Say. You know this is my all-time favorite, and we're only going to put a tiny bit where I need it. That is going to be right through there where I want to lift, very minimal, and where I tend to get red, and just a little bit down the center of my nose to brighten up that area. Now, I don't typically favor a powder foundation because they tend to get cakey, for starters. And also, they're not very forgiving on normal to dry skin. And sometimes my skin can run a little dry, but I've done my proper skincare routine this morning. Everything is hydrated. I've got my SPF underneath this new primer. So hopefully, using this new primer will help out that powder foundation. It's supposed to provide medium buildable coverage, matte radiant finish. Wear wet or dry for adjustable coverage, available in 20 shades with multiple undertones, and it's made without talc. It's a creamy, soft powder for flexible wear. I bumped down my lights so we can see what sort of coverage we're gonna get. Get a decent amount on there, but let's feel it first. This is the shade we're working with. Let's go ahead and see how this is going to apply. And I'm gonna put it right in the center of my face. It has that really slick, silicone-y feel to it. This looks super orange on me, yikes. And to be fair, I'm gonna use one side with the sponge applicator, and one side with a brush. If this is medium coverage, this should cover up redness. I'll tell you what, it's really easy to put on. Now, if you apply this with the dampened sponge, you'll get full coverage. But today we're gonna go for somewhat of an easier look today. This is what it looks like. I think it's working really well with the primer. I'm gonna go in with a kabuki brush to apply it on the other side. And I'm going in with my trusted kabuki brush from, from Sigma. And let's see what type of coverage we're gonna get here. Ooh, okay. Oh my gosh, it's settling into these pores right through here almost immediately, but not on this side. I wonder why. Is it because of the sponge? This looks really, really bad. Look. Let's see if I can fix it. I'm gonna go back in with the sponge and see if we can fix that. Kind of press it in. No, it's looking worse. I don't know about you, but we have had the hottest, does this make sense? The hottest heat wave this past week in Tennessee. It literally got up to 101, and when it would hit 98 degrees, you know, Matt and I would start singing 98 degrees, but it was so hot. So when I first tried out this powder foundation, I thought, excellent. This shouldn't move, it shouldn't budge, it shouldn't go anywhere, and it should keep and maintain that matte radiant finish. But you know what? If you have an oily complexion, you may really like this. I mean, this is definitely pretty. I'm having better results today, and I'm wondering if it's because of the primer from Milani, but kind of fixed that area right through here. So I think sponge is way to go with this powder foundation. Now for bronzer, I'm gonna go in with an oldie but goodie. This is the only cream bronzer that I used forever. And of course it's from Milani. I figured, you know, use the primer. Let's go back and use their Cheek Kiss Cream Bronzer in the shade Hey Honey. Since this is a powder foundation, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more juiciness, a little more hydration into the complexion. I'm gonna just go in with a brush and just kind of tap that in. Add a little bit of more color. It's been a while since I've used this bronzer, but I know it's wonderful. It's creamy, but not too balmy. So bronzer is on. Now for blush, Essence came out with their new Baby Got Blush Liquid Blush. They come in 5 shades, I believe, and they retail for $5.99 each. And I picked up the shade Dusty Rose. Some people are comparing it to the liquid blush from Charlotte Tilbury. I haven't tried it, only because I think she's kind of overrated, but once in a blue moon, I will try out some of her products. But I found this super pretty, and I thought we would give it a go. Now, it has that squeezy top, as you can see. I tried it out the other day, and instead of just applying it directly to my complexion, I take it with my ring finger. I know, and just apply it right through there. But I don't like the idea of applying the sponge, because I don't want it to pick up my foundation. But this is such a beautiful color. You know I'm a huge fan of their Baby Got Blush in their cream stick formulas. Those are beautiful, but this, holy smokes, this is very pretty, very natural looking. What's nice about this formula is that you can build it up, you can sheer it out, and it's not gonna add any texture to your skin, and it just blends out really pretty. This is gorgeous. Look how pretty that is. Oh, you guys, I am starting to really like this look. I was kind of nervous about putting this makeup on today because I thought powder foundation, no, I don't know. But you never know until you try. And that's what I love about testing new makeup. We get in our ruts where we're told because we're over 50 that we should stick to a certain type of makeup. Use a dewy foundation. You know what? Use whatever you want, whatever makes you happy, whatever suits your complexion needs. And even though I have normal to dry skin and I'm very scared and leery about powder foundations, you just never know. So that's why I love testing out makeup for over 50 for our mature skin, because you can be pleasantly surprised. Okay, rolling right along, this is looking really good. I want to do a really simple eyeshadow look today, because I finally picked up a new eyeliner, and it's from Essence. No, it's not the long-lasting eyeliner in Hot Chocolate, but I wanted to test out their new Stay and Play gel eyeliner. And I was feeling kind of spunky that day. Maybe it's the peach peekaboo that I've got going on, but I picked up the shade that I normally wouldn't try, but it just sounded so pretty and it looks so pretty. It's in the shade Very Berry, and since fall is around the corner, I thought, wouldn't this be pretty, especially if you have brown eyes or blue eyes, make them really pop. I'm gonna throw on something really quick. Woo! I'm just gonna use the closest eyeshadow palette that I have. And of course it's the Too Faced, the Natural Nudes. And I just wanna throw on Seashell, just all over the lid, right through there. I mean, super quick and easy look, because I want the Very Berry eyeliner to pop. All right, so I just slapped on 2 colors of eyeshadow, and I'm ready to apply the gel eyeliner from Essence in Very Berry. Let's go ahead and swatch it. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm gonna go ahead and tightline. Oh, and Tabby just snuck in. Okay, that went on really smooth. So what I want to do next, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of tap it on the outer thirds of my eye. And then on the outer thirds of my lower lash line. Then taking my BK204, I'm going to smudge that eyeliner. Now for a quick coat of mascara, and I'm just gonna go in with the Lash and Roll Mascara. eyes are done. I am really liking this Very Berry eyeliner. It's not black. It's not my usual hot chocolate, but it's something different and it's kind of subtle. I really like that. It gives the impact of almost a black, but different. This is very pretty. For lips, I'm going to use my staining technique. I featured it in 3 little makeup tips, big impact. If you missed that video, I'll put it down below. Since it's going to be a long day, it's football season. I know, Matt is so excited about football season, so we have a date to watch football tonight. I'm going to go in with a Milk Cooling Water Jelly Tint, and this is in the shade Burnt Spritz. I don't know. It's the bright pink. I figured with this beautiful neutral look, I want to make my lips pop. You guys were so sweet last week saying that I could rock a bright red lip. I'm just gonna go in with a little stain. This can be used as a blush as well as on your lips. And recently, I've been loving it on the lips because it stains, but I like to follow it up with a lip gloss or a lip oil. And I focus right on the center. It's almost like you were eating a popsicle. I got a nice little lip stain going on, and then I'm gonna top it off with the Clarins lip oil, and this is in the shade Pitaya. I love this shade. It is so pretty. And here we are with the final look. You guys, I am so excited for this makeup look. It's really simple with a little punch of color with the lips. The blush is looking so pretty, so natural, and it's just like a beautiful shade, Dusty Rose. And then the eyeliner, absolutely love it. It's beautiful, but I think the main star of the show is going to be the foundation as well as the primer. So let's bump the lights down, see exactly what we're dealing with, because you know the lights are going to blow everything out, make everything look better. So here we go, 20%. I do see a little bit of settling with that powder foundation in that laugh line. I'm not mad at it because we all smile. We all have laugh lines, wrinkles, whatever. Own them, okay? I mean, this is very pretty, but the reality is you're gonna smile, you're gonna laugh, you're gonna crinkle your eyes up. But that is the beauty of living your life. This is very promising. This looks better than it did the other day. It's gotta be because of this primer. Ooh, I'm excited about this one, but let's go out in natural daylight and see exactly all the lines, all the pores, everything. Okay, the humidity is only 57%, but oh my God, it is so hot. And I'm trying not to stand in direct sunlight. I'm underneath a, I don't know, little roofy thing. I don't want to speak too soon. I know, I don't want to speak too soon, but holy macaronis. It looks so good. It looks so smooth. And I think I like the powder foundation. I know, so weird. I'm not a powder foundation kind of girl, but I'm gonna go into different lighting. I know this is super bright outside. I adjusted the lighting on my camera, but I want you to see what it looks like in natural daylight, in sunlight, in fluorescent lighting, in bad lighting, so we can get the total gist of what this, how this is gonna perform. This is what it looks like after 1 hour. Okay, it's been about 4 hours since I first applied the Milani primer and the Ulta Beauty Adjustable Coverage Foundation. And I've been running around doing my errands per usual on Saturday. And I wanted you to see exactly what we were dealing with. In low light, I do have a little bit of natural sunlight coming in. And I'm telling you, it's so strange. It looks really smooth through here, but so much texture is emphasized throughout there, this area right through here. I mean, it's kind of like that painting. It looks okay from far away, but up close, it's a hot mess. But seriously, my skin still feels hydrated. It doesn't feel like the powder sucked my complexion dry. I really am faulting, at this point, the foundation because I just rubbed right through here and you can see it wear off. I don't want you looking at my nose, but you gotta look at my nose. It does wipe off super easy. And it does settle into these pores right through here. So far, under my eyes, if you can see right through here, the Conceal+Perfect Blurring Primer from Milani is looking a lot smoother than the e.l.f. side. I feel good about the primer, but not about the powder foundation. I am definitely showing some texture. I think it's the foundation and not the primer because I tested out the powder foundation with one of my go-to primers and it did the same thing. So I think maybe I'm just not a powder foundation girl. But I will do another check-in with you in a couple of hours and we'll go from there. I'm starting out great here, aren't I? We are back. It's been over 8 hours since I first applied the new Milani Conceal+Perfect Blurring Primer, as well as the Adjustable Coverage Ulta Beauty Powder Foundation, and I have some thoughts. But let's get in there. Let's see how this is performing. And after I saw the playback and how the foundation was wearing off, I decided to experiment a little bit. On this side of my face, I actually applied at about 5 to 6 hours the Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray, just out of curiosity. And it actually did so much better. This side is looking way better. Remember how textured it was at about 6 hours? Now, it's looking a lot smoother, a little bit more blurred. I wanted to apply that first, the Dewy Setting Spray from e.l.f., but I wanted to give that primer an opportunity to work on its own, and I wanted to see how the powder foundation would look without a Dewy Setting Spray. Duly noted, definitely use the Power Grip, but let's take a look at it right now at 20% lights. See, I still have texture, but after applying a little bit of that setting spray, it looks so much better. That blush is hanging in there like a champ, the Essence liquid blush. Love it. So you can freshen up this powder foundation during the course of the day and it'll look even better. Let's talk about the Milani Conceal+Perfect Blur Out Smoothing Primer. I know this was a first impressions, but wow, I really like it. I think it's really smoothing and blurring, and I can't wait to test it out with more of my more traditional foundations, like the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. You know that's one of my all-time favorites. Plus, I can't wait to try it out with the RMS Beauty, the new one, the skin tint that's coming out. I asked you on my community page which one you wanted me to test out, either the RMS Beauty or the Patrick Ta, and the RMS won. But what do you think? Are you thinking about picking up any of these drugstore products? Let me know down in the comments. You guys, I can't wait to test out the RMS Beauty skin tint. You know I love RMS Beauty and I'm really looking forward to that. I hope you will join me in that next video. And some of you have been telling me that you haven't been getting notifications about when I upload, so make sure you're still subscribed. I know, I hate when people say that. Make sure you're still subscribed and you get all the notifications so you don't miss any of my uploads. But yeah, so thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you had fun. I know I did. And if you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing. I would love it if you'd be a part of our family. But for now, mwah, mahal kita. I love you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, look, we have matching hair. Our hair matches, Faye.